Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy, Ivorian Spice, and welcome to the catch-up volume 37. Yes, it's another week, and of course, it's International Week at the moment. But yeah, we have news coming from the Manchester United camp, and also we have matches to talk about, which includes England's international duties. Yes, we have people here. Of course, we've got a couple of guests. We don't have Manutd right now. He's on his way. He's going to be joining us. Of course, Jegs won't be available today. But yes, we've got Takes. We've got Jerome. We've got Bobs. And like I said before, Amuk will be coming in. And of course, guys, if you are new to the show, remember to subscribe, smash that like button. Remember to share, because of course, sharing Ivorian Spice is caring. And of course, let me introduce you guys to my guests. We've got Takes. What are you saying, fam? How you been?
I'm good, bro. Just here, waiting for June the 21st or whatever. Then, man's out here. But yeah, I'm good, bro.
And of course, we've got Bobs. Bros, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just here, again, waiting for the 21st as well. 21st of June.
Everyone's waiting for the 21st of June. Jerome, what are you saying, my G, man? Welcome, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on the show, man. I'm blessed. Yeah, I hope you're all good as well. Yeah, I'm the same as well. Just waiting patiently at home. Just waiting to, be able to live properly again, really.
And of course, 21st is what everyone else is waiting for. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, remember this show, we discuss the latest debate, the hottest news surrounding Manchester United. And of course, we discuss the previous match that's happened. Of course, this is, like I said before, it's international break, so there is no match to talk about for Manchester United. But we do have match to talk about regarding in England aspect. We'll also dive straight into the transfer news as well. We've got a couple of players that's been linked to Manchester United. And of course, we'll look at the England game. And like I said before, and of course, round it up with the international matches that happened on the weekend. And of course, England is playing Poland as well, their final game. And then last but not least, our match against Brighton. We'll do a preview for that. But we go straight in, of course, to the news that everyone's heard surrounding Ole Gunnar Solskjær's, future. Guys, Ole Gunnar Solskjær is set for a new contract. Of course, it's reported about 10 million. I can't tell you, I think it's about 3 to 4 years. It says a lot. It says where Manchester United want to go. They believe in Ole. They believe in the project that he's doing. They believe that he's doing a good job. Whether you guys agree or not agree, that's down to you guys. But yes, Ole will be getting a new contract, despite of whatever's going on this season. Jerome, straight away, I'm going to go straight to you, bro. Like, how do you feel about that news about Ole getting a new contract?
I'm not too optimistic about the whole contract extension, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. The reason being is that obviously it looks like we're all set to get another top 4 finish to get back into the Champions League. But with the style of play that we've currently got and the lack of developing players that we already have in the squad, it doesn't give me that much enthusiasm to suggest that we're going to do anything in the Champions League if we get back in there next season. So I'm more of the mindset that we just need to see some progress on the pitch in terms of style, because the way we're playing, we're just sort of relying on individuals to get us out and get us results. And I don't think that style is sustainable. So it looks good at the moment that we're currently in second place, but for the long term, it's not hard to see that we're not really like going where we want to be to challenging. If the Glazers are just looking at it that we're just going to keep getting top 4 in Champions League, then I guess Ole would deserve a contract extension if that's his target. But if we're looking at to try and challenge to win major trophies, then I don't think he should be getting that contract. I think they should just, let him have his last year in his current deal and then see how he is. And if it looks like we're going to be challenging for major honours, then yeah, they can give him a new contract. But giving him it now, for me, just seems still a bit too early, because we did that at the start when he was in interim charge. As soon as we gave him that permanent deal, the results started declining. So I'm just hoping that the club don't go into that same scenario. But as I was saying before, it looks like the targets are just to, continue being in the Champions League and getting that Champions League money.
Yeah, so you don't really agree with Ole getting a new contract. You think it's too soon, and of course, the way we play football. What's your whole impression of Ole potentially getting a new contract?
Bro, you know what it is? Yeah, I like Ole, innit? Like, I actually like him, but I feel like he's not a risk taker. Like, he needs to take more risks and put some pressure on the Glazers or Ed Woodward or whoever. Do you get what I'm saying? But I like Ole. Like, he's a good manager. But I feel like when it comes to the tactics and that, he needs to take more risks. Like, play Pogba in the middle, stop playing on the wing, apply pressure and get these players that you really need. But apart from that, I actually like Ole, I can't lie.
And Bob's, obviously, he say he likes Ole, but of course, Ole needs to take more risks in his style of play and style of management. Bob's, what do you think? What's your take on this?
I don't know. I'm not convinced of Ole, I love him as a player, but as a manager, I don't think he's the manager that's going to take United forward, man. I feel like he's going to be the manager that like settles for that top four. Like, we're going to be like Arsenal, how Arsenal were a couple of years ago, just happy for top four. I don't think he's going to take us to that next level. And he's not really going to attract top players. Everyone remembers him as the sub coming off the bench and scoring goals, but that's about it. And I'm not convinced, man. Not at all.
Bob's is saying that he's not really convinced. I'm going to throw it straight to you guys. Do you guys think that Ole really deserves a new contract? Because you're saying that you like him and also needs to take risks. So I'm going to throw it straight to you. Do you think that Ole deserves a new contract considering everything he's done in the last 2.5 years?
Yes, I think so. I know you're not probably going to disagree with me, but I feel like he's been managing with one hand tied behind his back. Do you get me? And he's brought Man United. We've progressed. The football might not be great, but he's using the tools that he's been given. Do you get me? So I just feel like, he deserves his new contract, but these next 3 years, he needs to take risks and put pressure on the board to get the players that he needs. And then I reckon success will come.
So, Bobs, I see you shaking your head there. I like when he said that he deserves a new contract. You tell me why you were shaking your head.
Like in top games, it's not even as a whole. I feel like the stability in the team, that's cool. But in top games, we're missing something. Like, obviously Fernandes is there, but there's like tactically wise, certain games he's messed up tactically. Not really him, but the players. But
he ain't got the players, bro.
I know, but I don't know. He's not doing it.
He ain't got the players. I'm telling you.
He's not doing it for me. Like, when we keep missing out on these top managers, and we keep showing faith in Ole. You can't keep showing faith in Ole, and then he's not really. They showed him so much faith, and he's not really come back with no substance for me.
True.
I definitely don't think he deserves a new contract. My main, as I was saying before, is the style of play and the fact that we're not winning games convincingly. Like, I can't remember any game that we've actually won convincingly apart from that Southampton game where Southampton ended up finishing the game with 9 men. So even the teams that the so-called lesser teams that we play against, they actually give.
I think we've lost him straight away. But what I've got to say is that me personally, I don't feel like it's the right time to be talking about a new contract with Ole because, of course, surrounding what's happened in the past 2 years, it's been. Let me just finish off, Jerome. Before I pass back onto you, I'll pass it straight back onto you. But before that, in the last 2 years, of course, it's been up and down, inconsistent forms, and on top of that, the style of play hasn't been the best. Although it looks like we progressed in the league, our league form, we're doing far better than that. People believe that as well. Some people do believe that. It's a false position considering the other teams such as Liverpool not doing well and also Chelsea as well. So it is a false position where we are. And of course, we have Leicester as well doing their thing. That's what they think. Me as well, I also think that we're probably in a false position. We're not truly second because of the way we've been playing or anything and the way the results.
So who should be second then? Sorry.
Who should be second? I think
should be second?
I think obviously Leicester, they're the team that's doing well, and they're the team that's showing that they should be second. But we're there. We are there. That's the great thing about what Ollie's doing right now. We are not out of bed, so we're not playing the football that we're supposed to be playing, but we are second, and he's doing well. And despite that, all the other things that's happened, getting knocked out the semi-finals of those competitions, not being able to reach final, not winning any trophies at all, not convincing with a style of play. Like I said, I don't feel like he deserves it. Jerome, welcome back again.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that we're not controlling games, and it's not enough to convince me that we're going to be moving forward in the right direction. Like, I see this year as a missed opportunity for us to win major honours in this COVID year, where there's a lot of our rivals that haven't been playing up to their usual standards. Like, you can see over the last few years, it was Man City and Liverpool that were challenging, and you can see the points total is a lot less than it has been over the last few years, but we haven't been able to capitalize on that. And on top of that, it just seems like we're scraping through games. We're not actually winning games convincingly, and that kind of form is not sustainable. We can't afford to go into next season where hopefully we're out of the pandemic and fans are in the stadium and we're working under a normal schedule, where we can't afford to just be relying on individuals to bail us out of games. We need a system that allows us to control games, whichever the opposition. But at the moment, we're finding ourselves playing against lesser teams that we end up making them look good because we're not playing as a cohesive unit. And that's my main concern, because at the end of the day, football is an entertainment sport. And at the moment, I don't feel like we're being that entertained. At the moment, it just feels like a chore, really. We're just like, oh, thank God the match is finished. We've won. We haven't conceded in the last minute or done something silly. Like, we never feel comfortable. And like, even going into like the game when we come back from the international break, the way we're playing, it's always unpredictable. We can't go into the game thinking, yeah, we know how we're going to play, what system we're going to play, if we're going to be able to dominate this game. It's just too much unpredictability. So that's my main reasons why I think we should wait and not be too hasty in giving him a new contract.
I hear that. That's some good, strong points. Yeah, yep, that is true. Of course, it's not Ollie's fault that he's getting a new contract. There is someone that we could blame, which is Ed Woodward. He's the one that makes the decisions, and he's the one that decided to offer Ollie a new contract. Takes, I see you there, bro. I'm not that worried, guys, that even if he gets a new contract, there's been many managers that's received new contract and been sacked. Jose was one of the last ones that received a new contract and get sacked. Let's move it on straight to Nicky Butt's departure, because Nicky Butt left Manchester United all of a sudden with a new, of course, infrastructure at Manchester United with with Darren Fletcher getting a new position as technical director, and of course we've got Murtaugh as well getting that director of football. With Nicky Butt just leaving suddenly, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because for someone to just leave after 9 years just like that, does it mean that he sees what's going on at Manchester United or does he feel disrespected the fact that maybe he wanted the director of football or the technical director of football role, that he never got it? Yeah. Takes, man, what do you think of this whole Nicky Butt's departure?
Yeah, I reckon it's exactly what you just said. That he probably wanted one of them positions because of all the good work he's been doing. He has brought through like a few good youngsters, so he's probably thinking, yeah, let me get promoted to probably technical director and then move on to director of football. But they didn't get that role. They gave it to Darren Fletcher. They just started all this backroom stuff now, so he's probably thinking, no, these men are trying to disrespect me, so might as well go and do it somewhere else. And I don't blame him. The way these guys are running the club, it's funny still, I can't lie.
Yep. Of course, with you, Bobs, I'm gonna throw it straight to you, man. What do you think about this whole Nicky Butt situation?
Yeah, similar to what Takes was saying, like it's a proper disrespect, like, and I think they had disagreements as well with how they're trying to run the club in terms of like bringing through youngsters as well. So that's probably why he left. But again, for me, a big disrespect. They could have just given it to him and worked with that, but they didn't. He's already been in the club. He knows the club a bit more than Darren Fletcher, and Darren Fletcher's just started his coaching badges and all that, and then now they've given him that role. Nah, yeah, disrespect for me as well.
Roman, you?
Yeah, I agree with all the points made. I think it's just basically to do with him being overlooked. As the guys were saying, he's been at the club 9 years, working his way up in the sort of administration side of things, and it's for him. It's just probably a dent to his pride that he hasn't been given the top role, the director of football role, and he just probably thinks that he'll be able to utilize his skills and experience elsewhere now. So there's probably a lot of politics going on in the background, just like in any normal job. If you don't feel that you're, being rewarded for your hard work, then you just kind of need to, progress to where you'll feel appreciated and valued.
I'm going to ask a question and play a little bit of devil's advocate, yeah?
Go for it.
First of all, let me just welcome Amuk. Amuk is here. Welcome, Amuk. How are you, bro?
I'm alright now. I'm so sorry about the delay.
Yes, no problem.
I made it finally.
Yes, you made it. But yes, as we was just getting into the Nicky Butt departure, we're gonna get your takes later on just about the Ole's new contract, of course, just in a moment. But as I was saying, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, guys, of course, and ask a question. Yes, what if Nicky Butt left? Yeah, because he saw the shenanigans that's happening at Manchester United's training ground and seeing all this nonsense that's been happening at Manchester United, and he's just like, you know what? I need to cut, man. What if that is the reason why?
You better come out. You might as well come out and tell everyone. You better go to all the press and tell the fans that this is what's really going on. There's no point leaving the shenanigans and not tell the world what's really going on. Might as well tell everyone, like, yo, this is what's going on. So yeah. Right.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose at the end of the day. He's left the company. So once you've left, what's holding him back from telling everyone why he's left? So if that is the reason, then yeah, he needs to let us know. That the fans need to know what's happening. Like, is there a lot of like politics, disagreements going on in the background? So yeah, I definitely agree. He would just need to let us know, really, so that we're not like making assumptions.
Yeah. I think he sees all that nonsense and he's probably had enough after 9 years of being at the club, because surely someone that's been there for 9 years will have the better opportunity to be getting that role that's more deserving of that role, especially for someone like Darren Fletcher, like you said, takes like 6 months, bro. We didn't even know nothing of you. You was the guy that was training under 23s, and all of a sudden you was in the first team coach 3 months later. Now you're just taking someone else's job. It's disrespect. Amok, what's your take on Nicky's departure?
Like, we don't know what really happened. I think something must have happened behind closed doors. Because, like you mentioned, he's not the club way more than before Ole in this new entourage. So for him to leave the club, there must be something. And like the guy said, he needs to come out and say it out loud, because we are fans. We want to know what's going on behind closed doors. We're hearing about all these new contract, but we've seen a lot of changes from the club itself. With answers, we just can't sit here and just whatever we see on the table. No, we need answers. We got a few questions that we want to ask. Like, what happened to Nicky Butt? Why is he leaving the club at this present time? Like, we need to know. I can't make a position because you. I want to hear him. I want to hear whatever from himself or the club itself.
Okay, cool. And just before we move on to the next topic, of course, what I was telling the guys, of course, we're talking about Ole's new contract. First of all, we just want to hear exactly what's your opinion on Ole potentially getting a new contract, and also whether he deserves it or not.
I think it's the biggest mistake we're doing. Like I mentioned last time, if you go around all other clubs, Man City, they've got manager that can cut it. Liverpool, they've got manager that can cut it. Leicester, they've got manager that can cut it. Our manager, like you said in your show, he's 3.5 star. Why are we giving him manager? He can't even make 4 star on Football Manager virtual game. Why are we giving him? He's not going to pass in a new contract. Can't cut a virtual game. What makes you think you got like?
Are you comparing Ole to a
I feel
game?
like people are making a mistake.
Listen. Who would you get
No,
as
Ole
manager?
needs to go out. I don't want to
Who
be
would you
deal.
get? Who would you get as the manager this summer? Who would you go and get this summer? Who's the manager you would get if he was Ed Woodward?
Why are we talking about who we get?
Nagelsmann.
Why for he to get when we have options?
He's unproven though.
But then waited for almost 1 year for the club for job.
Who?
He didn't get it. Poch waited almost 6 months. Poch, he didn't get it. What makes you think we lost no chances? Like I said, we've lost all the chances. Yet all these managers. So what we got left with is Ole. That's what people saying back Ole up because we haven't got no one out there who's actually going to manage this club. And that's all based on the club itself, the management, the board, the people that own this club.
All right, then. Of course, let's move it straight on. Of course, Fletcher coming there, Moto coming there. With sad news, Mata's mum passing away, which like to just throw condolences to Mata and the family, of course. And that's really explains why we haven't seen Mata for a while and why he's been omitted from the squad. Let's move it straight into the transfer rumors, guys. Of course, we've been linked ever since we've made changes to our clubs, the new structure, the new institution, the new monarchy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we've been linked to guys like Harry Kane recently. Of course, Harry Kane has come out and said openly, especially yesterday against his England game that he played yesterday. He has come out openly and said that he may be considering a move. You've got us linked with Ellen Haaland, Pau Torres, of course, again, Sancho back in the mix, Declan Rice and Didi, and of course, many other players. And with FFP saying that due to the coronavirus, they're going to strip their rules that you're free to do whatever you want. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it means nothing. F all for Manchester United because you know why? They're even more pissed off that they heard that news. They have no more reasons to not spend any money. They're saying, no, FFP. You can't say you do not want to spend money, no. Now, you can't say you don't have money because you're free. You can take a loan or money out from anywhere else and pump it into the club and no one's going to question you right now. But guys, with these players being linked to us, Harry Kane, I'm going to ask you straight away, Jerome, what do you think about us signing Harry Kane? Should we sign Harry Kane or should we not sign Harry Kane?
I think we should definitely sign Harry Kane, but me knowing our previous transfer dealings, we're definitely not going to get Harry Kane. We cannot afford him. The amount of money that we're losing from not having fans in the stadium, how are we going to be able to conjure up the funds to afford Harry Kane? So he's definitely an ideal striker to get because obviously we don't know if Cavani is going to stay because there's rumors that he wants to go and play in Argentina. So it's just a case of getting a proven striker that we can afford. And I honestly don't think we can afford Harry Kane, even though he'll be a great addition to the squad.
And Takes, what are you saying about Harry Kane? Is this a player that we should be signing or a player that we should give a miss because of what we really need?
Bro, I'm not even thinking about that because we ain't gonna get him, bro. Like, that's all just somebody just pumping out positive news just to gas us a little bit, like they did with Sancho.
Exactly.
We ain't getting no Harry Kane. Just forget about it. Us as fans, don't fall for it. Let's just forget about Harry Kane and let's try and see who else we can get because that's not happening, bro. Trust me. Forget about Harry Kane, bro.
We got Steve Mack, who says that Harry Kane is their basement bully. He lives off doubles against Burnley and Palace, Panama and San Minero. No big time. What do you think about that guy's comment right there? Is he right there?
Cap.
He's capping.
Harry Kane is done Man United. Yeah, he wants to pass.
Yeah,
bro.
Kane is quality, man. Kane is quality. He can drop in. He can score goals.
Kane
he can do everything.
He's about to break this record.
Yeah, Kane also scores against the big teams as well.
He's breaking Shearer's record. If he stays in the Premier League, he's breaking that.
Yeah.
He's only 100 goals
for England.
Shout out to Steve Mack. But I'm going to put it on to you, Amok, as well, straight away. Let's talk about this Harry Kane. Is this a player that Manchester United should be looking at?
Definitely. We've been wanting this guy for the past 3-4 seasons, but it's just them one of them transfers that never get to go nowhere because obviously it's Tottenham money and we don't need the business Tottenham. But he's the ideal player. We got Cavani. Remember, before Cavani came, we have Ongalo. Why are you going around shopping for people like in time?
We don't have money,
go
man.
Pick someone.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
You go get someone who's 10 times better in whatever they got to do. You get what I mean? Like, Kane's proven. Remember, I saw Kane from the very first I told you to cut it, and he's proved me right. But let me go back to the money thing, yeah? We just signed a new deal for a new sponsorship, which means the club got money to splash. But I'm seeing rumors that saying the club want to splash the summer. So why are we getting all these players coming in like the club's going to buy these players? We're not getting Harry Kane. I want Harry Kane, but we're not getting Harry Kane.
That's right. Mook says we're not going to get Harry Kane, but he wants Harry Kane. Bobs, what's your take on this?
But if we could get Harry Kane now, I'll take him, bro. But like everyone said in the room, we ain't gonna get him. Tottenham are probably gonna ask for 120 mil. Man United ain't gonna pay that for Harry Kane. Although he's worth it, but we're not paying that for him because he's getting us 30 goals in our team. He's getting us goals, and he can drop into the midfield as well. But we ain't gonna get him. So it's just like Tiggs was saying, we're getting gas for no reason. But I'll take him if we could, all day long.
I hear you. And of course, guys, if you're watching, remember to subscribe and smash that like button. Give us a like, especially if you think if Man United should sign Harry Kane. Because, guys, I think that we shouldn't really go for a player like Harry Kane at the moment. Because it's someone that we don't need at the end of the day. We've got a problem elsewhere. We need a right winger. We need a centre defensive midfielder. We need 2 new centre backs. We need a backup right back. We need all sorts. Splashing the cash on Harry Kane will make no sense. And besides, Harry Kane gets injured. He gets injured at certain points. And because our team is and with Harry Kane, it's a player that you know, it's a luxurious player. It's a player that you add when you've got everything right, you know, to take you to the next level again. And we don't have anything right. So for me, signing Harry Kane, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. We've also been linked to Haaland as well. Again, of course, guys, you've seen news, you've seen Manchester United are interested in signing Haaland again. They're making news and all that kind of stuff. People are saying that he won't sign because of what happened with his dad. Guys, I'm gonna throw it straight to you, Jerome. Straight away, what you think about this? About Haaland?
Yeah. Haaland, he would. If we got him, I'll be so gassed. Trust me, literally. This guy is like a machine when it comes to goal scoring. He's just so cold. Like, if you look at his record in the Champions League already, at his age, he's only like 20 years old, and he's already like banging in so many goals. It's crazy. But as the same with Harry Kane, we can't afford him. He's actually going to cost more than Harry Kane. And look at the saga we had with Jadon Sancho. So what makes you think that we're going to end up getting Haaland? He's probably going to cost more than Sancho.
No, but you see, Haaland, he's going to have a release clause.
Yeah,
I think. 66. Yeah, that's next season, right?
Yeah.
Not this season.
Yeah, that's true. That is for next season.
Yeah. So this season, anything goes. There's no limit to what Dortmund can ask for. They're in fact, Dortmund are probably going to look for a bidding war. And if you're going to be competing with clubs like Man City, Chelsea, Barcelona, why would Haaland want to come to Man United when the clubs I just mentioned, they're the ones that are more equipped to challenge for major trophies? So that's why, again, it's just going to end up being a long drawn out saga, and we're just going to end up being disappointed. So I wouldn't even get my hopes up for Haaland, even though I would love him to come to the club, but that's just a dream at this point.
Okay, Bobs, of course, Haaland, so much money. Again, like I said before, we've got problems elsewhere. What are you thinking about this?
Our front is one of the areas we need to fix up as well, though. We've got many problems that we need to fix up front. But again, we're not even going to get Haaland. I don't think we'll get him. But he's got a link with Solskjær. Hopefully that will help, but I highly doubt it. I feel like he's going to go to Bayern anyway. They're going to wait and then pay his release clause, and then that's it. He's gone to Bayern. But If we could get him, I'll take him as well. But no, we're not gonna get him.
The interesting thing is that, you know, we did try to sign Haaland. Like you said, he got links with Oli. Did Oli get him the first time? No. Why would he get him the second time?
Exactly.
Takes.
Like,
What's your?
Out of my mouth, you know.
Yeah, go on. Say no more. But Takes, what's your opinion on this as well, of this getting Haaland?
Another one, I'm not even thinking about it because bro, the first time we couldn't even beat Dortmund to get Haaland. Now all these big clubs are gonna come and we think we're gonna beat them this time. Bro, please, let's keep it moving. Stop wasting my time, bro.
It's gonna be even harder. It'll be even harder this time to get Haaland than it was when we didn't get him last time.
Therefore,
we're not even in the competition.
Definitely not in competition. And Amok, what is your opinion on this?
like, I really hope these new staff members that this club hired can play on some magic. Remember, I told you, I ain't saying nothing till I see something, or I'll go through the whole season and don't see anything from this, like what they've done. That's the job title, right? They need to show something, innit? So let's give them small, because all of this speculation, we're used to this. Every summer that comes closer, Manchester United is getting linked with every single good player in the world. So why am I getting panicked over this? No. First of all, no, we're not getting Haaland. Like, if you didn't get the first time, like you guys said, why are we getting it the second time? But, like, obviously, we got a new system behind the club. I'm just going to be optimistic.
Yeah, you know you have to throw this when they were saying the new system.
If they can pull one to big deal for us, they get the fans back in. So now it's all about what these lot can do. We see all the speculations. What are they going to do about the speculations?
Interesting. And we're moving on to another player, Sancho. Again, we look like we might be interested again. And of course, Dortmund wants to sell either someone because they need money because, of course, COVID hit them also hard. So they're looking to either sell Haaland or Sancho. But if they're going to sell anyone, it's probably going to be Sancho, not Haaland. Got Sancho linked again. Of course, an area where we really need to improve on, which we've been missing for 10 years before the beard even grew. Before Jerome, you never had a beard like that 10 years ago when Ronaldo left. You get me?
Far from.
None of you guys had these beards, fam. You get me? Yeah. It's been that long since we've had an actual real white ringer. Like, it's with Manchester United. It's been like this. It's been so long since we had a real right back, and when we get one, we had makeshifts. We've been having makeshifts since. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a problem. And it's for so many years the left back's role, with Shaw being absent, they never rectified that. It took so long to replace Roy Keane. It took so long to replace what's his name, Peter Schmeichel. With Manchester United, it's a current thing, you know. It's a current trend. We take forever to replace certain positions, you know. For 10 years to replace someone that deserves a number 7. Since Ronaldo.
It's mad.
That's definitely, like I said, it's definitely an area that we need to improve. With Sancho, guys, again, Jerome, I hear that you're just about to talk. I'm going to throw it straight to you. Do you think we should go? For Sancho, or say what you need to say first?
No, I was going to say, to be fair, to replace Ronaldo was going to be a challenge. So for that one, I'll be like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because who was there to replace Ronaldo at that time? And I think Valencia did all right.
So many other players, though. So many players could have replaced Ronaldo. You know, that's not
adequately.
No, we tried to get Hazard. I'm not going to say the same level of Ronaldo, but there's other players worthy that we could have signed.
That's true.
But to be fair, we did try to. I do remember we did try to get Hazard, but you know, the Glazers were being tight, and other clubs are willing to offer more money. So, but yeah, going back to Sancho, he would be like a star quality signing that we need, because at the moment the only star quality, that genuine star quality, is Pogba that we've got. And I think
Bruno.
United is a club. Yeah, and Bruno, yeah. But I still think Bruno needs more time, though. Bruno's been there just over a year. So yeah. I think in terms of like longevity, I think Pogba he's proved it. But we're built on a club that brings through stars and has superstars, and I think at the moment we're kind of missing a bit of spark. So I think Jadon Sancho will give that, and he'll probably give the whole team a lift if we're able to get him. But as you were saying before, there's other areas that we need to strengthen as well. So it's all about what the club decide to prioritize, really. But in terms of that right wing side, that will definitely give us a big boost from an attacking perspective.
And Amuk, what do you have to say about this Sancho?
I agree with the guys, though. I think we need Sancho. Like, he can change the game and bring a different mentality. He didn't have a wonderful season this season yet, because obviously the hype behind him yesterday. And I believe this is the right time for Manchester to go get this kid and spend less money. Because remember last season, the hype was all about Sancho. This time around, it ain't about Sancho, it's about Haaland. But if I was to choose between Sancho and Haaland, I would choose Sancho. Because we need like him in the club. And the club itself, the way we play the system, how the club is built, that's the type of players that we need in the club. So if it was to go get one person, all the things that you just mentioned, I'll go get Sancho rather than Harry Kane, rather than Moses Haaland.
And Takes, what about you? Do you feel like we should be going for Sancho or not?
I don't think we should be going for Sancho anymore. I feel like that boat has passed, and we're not going to get him anyway. I don't think we can afford him, because if we sign Sancho, what happens to Greenwood? What happens to Pelestri? What happens to Diallo? Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that boat has shipped. I don't think.
But don't you think we are united? We are united. Every big club that competes for titles should have quality players coming off the bench. I don't mind seeing Diallo, Greenwood, all this man them starting to play, as long as everyone's doing their bit. We need more competition. Club is because they're missing out on stars. We ain't got no one on star. We're building up stars, but we haven't got stars playing for the club. Except Bruno and Pogba.
That's true. But do we have the money to buy Sancho, to buy a centre midfielder?
We do have the money. Yes, we do have it.
I don't know about that one,
the club just had one of the we got the biggest
we know this
right now.
Our owners, they take dividends. You know what dividends is? They take it at the end of the year every time. So we don't have the money. They take it.
That's exactly it. But I think we do have the money. But the Glazers take a lot of.
They're taking the money.
Yeah.
True. They're just eating the money and enjoying.
But it's a business. It's a business. You got to invest into the business to get profit out of the business.
Who's investing in the business?
They're not investing.
In what business are they investing?
But they're not investing.
Do you know what investing about back to the trade?
Huh?
Why are Manchester United why the club itself got bought by foreign people, but not with their own physical cash? They bought the club with other person's money, and they be spending all these years paying someone else's money. I don't know if you look at what I'm trying to say, because the Glazers bought Manchester with not their own physical cash. They took loan from the bank. So all this money they've been doing is paying back the bank. So we haven't really done nothing. It's just a stressful situation, man. Everything about the club is shambles. I just gotta say that.
Yeah, they just need to sell the club and go. That's what they need to do.
And we also been into other players as well, guys. We have Declan Rice and Didi. I'm going to ask an open question to you guys first of all. Now, who would you like for Manchester United to get? Declan Rice or Ndidi?
Didi.
Ndidi.
Bro, have you seen the way he holds that position for Leicester? Because this place is mine. You people go and do what you're doing. Declan Rice is to help him battle and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But Ndidi says, this is mine. You man, go do your thing. I got this. Watch Leicester, bro. He controls the thing. That's what we need.
I'm hearing bias. I'm hearing bias.
Yeah,
coming
and then
from
also my
your voice.
because he's my fellow.
Yes, I can hear it.
But
I can hear it.
trust me, I know what I'm talking about, G.
But does Ndidi fit in with United's philosophy? Because what I'm hearing is that
That's why not.
United are targeting young British talent. So
Yeah.
it looks like they'd rather probably go for a Declan Rice than an Ndidi, even though I do think I'd rather get Ndidi. And I just think that Declan Rice, Declan Rice is going to be an English tax on that as well. So Ndidi will be the smart option.
Yes, even want to come to us. I feel like he wants to go to see his mate at Chelsea.
Yeah, he does want to go to Chelsea.
You never know because he's been talking and tweeting about Manchester United in the past and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I do, he has like because he's kind of backed Pogba and all that kind of stuff. Said to the media, I don't know why people get on about Pogba. He says a couple of things, and he is quite interested. But at the same time, he's interested in playing for Chelsea because I think he was at Chelsea first before he went to West Ham.
Yeah,
with Mason Mount.
Exactly.
But I do fancy a bit of. No, but I do fancy, like I said, I do fancy Declan Rice. Whether we get him or not, I would prefer to get Ndidi. But afterwards, Ndidi does his job really well. But in terms of distributing the ball, Declan Rice is far better on the ball than Ndidi. Ndidi can play only one position where Declan Rice can play centre midfielder, centre defensive midfielder, and centre back. So he is reliable in many positions. But yeah, I would go for any of them.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Amok?
This conclude I was saying last week though. I said in this conclude I said last week. Ndidi was United right now better than Declan Rice. He's a ball player. All he can't use ball player. We got Van der Beek. Is he using them? All he needs people that works for him. That's
good point.
Ndidi is the right choice for Manchester United because he's a workaholic. He's gonna work his ass off for this club. Declan Rice cost is fancy. He's British. He's gonna be really expensive. You know what I mean? Even though it's the tradition, it's got the tradition of the club. But I feel like what we need at this present time is he works hard for the club, and that's it. I'll go for Ndidi because he works really hard. You just seen what they did to us last few weeks ago. Like a week, I think last week or a week and a half ago, we got smoked. He was the boss a whole night.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, majority of everyone would prefer to sign Ndidi, guys. Then, of course, Declan Rice. We move straight up to the next topic. Of course, we go straight into the international scene. It's not the best things. No one really likes the international break, you know. People don't really want to see their country. I don't know why, because it's boring and I think that it doesn't really have true meaning. It's not the same as club football. I understand that, and they prefer to get the tournaments instead. But yeah, we're moving straight into England's games. 2 games against San Marino, winning 5-0 against San Marino and Albania 2-0. England looking good, especially when they play the shit oppositions. But they're looking good in general in terms of their squad, you know. I'm happy to see a midfield that's a bit more creative than what we've seen in the past. Yeah, because to see Mason Mount do his thing, also seeing Phil Foden doing his thing. Unfortunate for Mason Greenwood that for what's his name, whatever his name is, Phil Foden's act and behavior, he's the one that lured these girls to the hotel. But the guy himself is the one that's taking all the fools for him, you know, for the man himself. Taking the fall for the man, you know.
Like we all know this, though.
But yeah, guys, what was your take on England's 2 games in general? Freely, anyone can take this.
They look good. But I'm interested to see against Poland how they're gonna fare. A bit better opposition. They look good overall. Like the team, there's a lot more solidarity within the team as well. So I'm looking forward to see how they play against Poland.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of those 2. The 2 games is like you just knew that England were going to win it just by how much.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't really. There wasn't no really real test. It was just a case of getting players that haven't had much game time for England to get them used to playing international football and getting into the swing of things. And then now the real test is against a more quality opposition in Poland. So that will let us know where we're really at, because battering these small nations, that it doesn't really tell us much really until we're playing better opposition.
That is true, because at the end of the day, when you play these teams like San Marino, Albania, and you come up with a team like Iceland, and then they start struggling from there, and it says it all, man, by England.
It's
you
true.
know.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna ask a question to you guys.
But England did not do well in the first half against Armenia. You know, the first half they were a bit sloppy. If you watch the first half, you might say they did some work to do against big opposition. The first half, England was in England though. Like, they wasn't that good. I think second half and did a little bit, but last game they didn't play that well.
I was going to ask you guys a question now, based on England and what you've seen so far. What, with their squad selections available, what do you guys think of England's opportunity in the Euros now? I'm going to throw straight to you, Takes, first. You're going to take this one.
Yeah.
What do you think of England's opportunity?
I reckon they got a good chance, you know, especially if England's going to host it as well. You know, everyone's catting to go outside. We'll give them all the support in the world, and I reckon they'll do all right still. We got a good squad. The fans are going to be doing the most, semi-finals at least, if it's in England.
Yeah, for real.
And what about you, Bobs? What do you think of England's opportunities in the Euros?
To be fair, I think we could go all the way, you know. If we have like a solid like defense as well, the defense is a lot better now. And the keeper situation, we're not playing Pickford. We've got Henderson and Pope and Johnston. They're better keepers than Pickford for me. So I think we can go all the way. Then we've got our forward line, got Rashford, Sterling, and we've got Lingard coming back in as well. We've got Mount. Solid, man. Solid all the way around. Foden, I forgot Foden. He brings that little, and then we've got Grealish as well. He brings in something different as well. So
Madison's injured. Hey, they got a good chance, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. England's got this, man.
Of course, we got Ho Green Giant. I like that name. England can win the tournament. He thinks or she thinks that England can win the tournament. I like the momentum of Ho Green Giant. I like the name. It gives me jokes. Amok, what do you think about this? Do you agree with Ho Green Giant that England can win the tournament in the Euros?
In some aspects, what they just been calling all these wonderful names, because England actually got squad. But don't forget about France and Belgium. These are the two countries actually England should worry about when it comes to competition, because they've got anything that England think they've got, they do it better than England. Belgium's named as the best club in the world, not because they won anything, just the way they play. They play in a different way. So for me, I would say England, or France and Holland, Belgium are two countries I'm putting my eyes on.
And what about you, Jerome?
England, they're definitely capable of winning the tournament. Yeah, they've got the personnel to do so. It's just a case of.
I think he cut off again.
Oh
my God! Well, I think that England's got a good opportunity to go maybe to the semi-finals this time compared to last time. I look at their team; they've got a very strong team. But as well, so do other countries. I look at Portugal as well. I look at all those talents that's coming from the Dutch team, the French team, especially, and also in Italy as well. Even though I don't fancy Italy to do anything, but I see those teams, Germany especially. So it's going to be tough for England. But with them, with their new talent, especially with the young bucks, go on.
Do you know France got the most number of players from France that play elite football in Europe? The other country. So when I say whatever I said, it's because I've been looking into this. I'm taking England, but it's just other people got too much of whatever it is. France are doing bits, but Belgium is how they play. I think they might be the best next team in the world. Not just because they are, that's what they say, but just how they play, they are. And we've jamming. They even mentioned the buses. You get what I mean? So England got players, but we've seen this not one since we were young. We've seen England having all these great stars, but going competition, the media gonna hype them up, whatever. And we see what happened. Come back home, heartbroken and that. We've seen this countless times. I'm being optimistic. I think they can do it, but just see England's gonna win it. The other people.
Oh, cool.
You're gonna keep going up, you know.
I know. He'll come back in and out again. You know, last time, ho, Green Giants, then he got silenced. But we're moving straight on from the England game. We obviously had other teams, other teams as well that did well. You've got France who drew and won, and we've got the Holland who lost and won. You've got, of course, Portugal who won, drew, and Germany as well won. So I'm going to throw it out to you guys. Who do you think will be favourites to win the Euros now?
France.
And why is that?
World Cup champions.
Yeah. They've got quality all over the pitch, man. Quality. Even on the bench. Even under 21s, they can bring in. They wanted to. So, yeah, France are favourites.
Well, that's true, though. That's true.
That's true. I believe, I believe that the Germans will win it. The Germans will win it. I think that they're favourites to win it.
Nah.
Definitely. And who saw the France as well? France drawing and winning. Pogba scoring and Martial getting injured, guys. One of our players getting injured and lose potentially an ACL injury. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And he done it to himself.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
By rolling over and tripping.
Yeah, I saw that.
Martial is potentially injured.
Oh my days.
And we've got Portugal who won and drew. If anyone saw what Ronaldo done, prima donna, walking off, leaving his teammates behind and throwing the captain.
He threw the band.
Guys, I want to ask you a question. What do you guys think of Portugal's chances? Because they have some top players. They've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got Bernardo Silva, you've got João Felix, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, the man himself, and you've got in João Moutinho in midfield. They've got who's the other one that plays for Wolves?
I'm very surprised. You haven't even
Nevers.
Who else am I missing?
You haven't even called Bruno Fernandes yet.
I haven't even said Bruno Fernandes. You see,
How dare you?
How dare you?
Shout out to Ho Green Giant saying that France will be favourites and Pape Griezmann, Giroud is possible the best front three in international football. Then you got Coleman, Dembele, crazy talent. I can agree with that. France, well, Bobs. Yep, definitely. Of course, we're going to move it straight up because we're coming close to the end of the show. Guys, of course, if you're watching, do smash that like button and also remember to subscribe. Remember to share as well. Let other people know. Share across all your socials. Quickly, with England versus Poland. England playing again Wednesday. Final game before we resume the Premier League. England, tough game. Poland. Lewandowski has been ruled out injured. Definitely a game that I think that England will win to remain top of their group. Jerome, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good, entertaining game. I'm not sure if Lewandowski is going to be playing though.
Yeah, I just read today that he's injured. Yeah,
so that will so that's going to give England the.
Wow, he keeps cutting off. I don't know why he keeps
using dialogue, bro.
I don't know what he's using. He's definitely using dialogue, bro. I'm gonna throw it straight to you, Bobs. What do you think about England's chances?
I think it'll be a close game. You know, I think he'll beat them, but it'll be a close game. They've got a good little squad as well, Poland, and they got another striker, Piatek. It could be a problem for us as well. So
yes.
So I think it'll be a close game. 1-0. Or 2-0, 2-1. I will win. We'll beat them.
And Amok, what about you? What do you think of England's chances against Poland?
Yeah. I think England got this. As much as we would agree that Poland got a very good squad, but England just got too much. And these are things they should be getting into these games. Think like we're going there to get the 3 points or win. You don't go there and lose. For me, Poland is not really hard competition for England. I think the other teams that could give England good work. England, that's for me, it's light work. Based on the English at this present time, for me, it's light work.
And of course, ho again, Green Giant, big up that name. I love that name, you know. Of course, saying that England will smash Poland 4-0, no Lewandowski, of course. Takes, what do you think? Do you think England will smash Poland 4-0?
Yeah, I agree with Green Giant, you know. No, I agree with Green Giant still. I agree with Green Giant. They're going to get dealt with. England is still pretty fluid in going forward. So, yeah, I reckon 3-4-0.
Light work, man.
Definitely should be that way. I wanted to get what Jerome wanted to say, but he keeps getting cut off.
Bro, just text him the question you want to say, bro. It's not happening on there, bro.
Oh, it's not happening, guys. Of course, it's vibes out here. Guys, we got one more. We go straight into the Manchester United versus Brighton match preview. Premier League is back, guys. Of course, this weekend. Well, I've got to say that I was enjoying my time off from Manchester United because that previous game against, of course, Leicester and FA Cup getting knocked out, it was like, yes, finally, a good break. Sometimes international break is good. It's good for your spirit, good for your soul. You know, just to get some time off, especially when you've lost and got knocked out of a cup competition, you're not happy. So we return back against Brighton at Old Trafford. A stadium where I wish we could say was a fortress, but bro, if you can come out there, come to our stadium, touch us up, you know, we won't even call social services on you or the police for sexual harassment. We'll accept it and like it. So it's not really a fortress at Old Trafford.
Old Trafford is Burgess Park, bro.
Trust me.
For some of you that guys don't know where Burgess Park is, that's South London. That's where every man plays football. You get me? Yes, Manchester United against Brighton. Definitely, I feel like we should win. But again, did we play them last time again with that? Was it not against Brighton where we had that, you know, situation where the full time went? And then the referee gave us a penalty.
I think so, you know.
One.
Yeah, I think so still,
Yeah, definitely. With that, boy, I'm hoping that this time we'll correct our performance. You know, since the boy has been away, I'm very sure they're eager to come back and do their thing. I definitely feel like Manchester United should win. Takes, what do you feel about this game against Brighton?
Bro, it's gonna be tricky. You know, before I used to say we're gonna smash this, we're gonna smash that, brother. I don't know again, man. I don't know where it's gonna go. Hopefully, we can just scrape a 2-0 or 2-1, whatever, because we got Pogba back. So hopefully we can do something. But I'm not too confident. I can't lie.
You're definitely not too confident, man. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that Manchester United been playing. Jerome, I heard you go, so I'm going to put it straight to you.
I was like, that's what I was saying from the beginning of the show.
Please don't cut off, yeah?
You know, quickly before you go.
I'll try. You know what it is? Remember I was saying at the start that we just don't know what we're going to get from United. We're going to go into the game thinking, is it going to be a convincing win? Are we going to scrape it? Are we going to make it hard for ourselves? I'm just praying that we can just bounce back. We have to bounce back. We just got knocked out of the FA Cup. Like, we need to get a new momentum going now. Hopefully, we don't get any injuries from the international break, and we can just get back to winning ways quickly.
Cool. And Bobs, what do you think, man? You think Manchester United they're gonna do a thing, or they're gonna let us down, bro? Let us know what you think about that game.
Right. I don't even know. With Man United, they're so inconsistent. But one thing I will say is if Brighton sit back, then we're not going to win. Because we have a plan 1, plan B, plan A. Forever plan A is trying to counter-attack. And if they sit back, we're not going to get through. And unless they come at us, then we'll win. But if they don't, we're going to draw or lose. That's Man United for us. That's been Man United this season. We don't have a plan B.
Fair enough. A team with no plan B. That's what he's saying, guys. Amok, bro, what do you think about this game against Brighton? What's your opinion on this?
No,
You look
no.
sad, bro. Come
Yeah,
on.
well, wow,
You look depressed, bro.
wow.
I don't know. I don't know. He just mentioned something that just sank into me. That make me feel like I can't. Like hey, you used to be optimistic. We all gonna trash them. Look at you. You didn't even say nothing. It's the same thing. I don't know what Ole's gonna do. If we call our players and they call our players, I know my team is 10 times more stronger. But Ole's tactics gonna help this club. Are we gonna do something? Are we going there to win, or are we going there to just come to them? I don't know. But definitely we need to win that game. Remember, if we keep losing points, other teams like Chelsea, he was not even the top 10. Gonna come catch us up. And you tell me if Ole deserves a new contract after that.
Wow, epic ending right there. Of course, some of us are like, I don't know. Whether we're gonna win against Brighton, I don't know. I'm confident, but we do something. But last time I said we're confident, we got touched up.
Trust me, bro.
It's not easy right now.
No.
Guys, we just talk about straight away, like with the team lineup, of course. How do you feel that Ole was set up?
He's probably going to go with his two energy bunnies in the middle, McTominay and Fred. And then Pogba on the wing. Martial's injured. Then Greenwood, Rashford, and Fernandes behind them. I don't want him to do that, but that's what he's probably going to do. And that's just rubbish.
Surely he needs to change up this McTominay and Fred business. Surely.
Bro,
I know.
It's like him and his coaching staff are the only one that can't see it, bro.
Yeah, he needs to change it up. Donny van de Beek deserves his chance now.
Yeah, he needs to play, man.
Yeah, he deserves his chance because right now it's looking like he's just getting disrespected.
Guys, can I say something though? I don't think Van de Beek is good enough,
Why'd you say that, Tate?
That might be controversial because every time I've seen him, he's not done nothing for me.
You know what? They bought him and there's no place for him. He's not needed at Man United.
Okay, but as a football player, when you're on the bench and you see you're not playing, when you get your chance, you're gonna be like, yo, like let me do something to try and get. He doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't do it for me anyway.
Don't know how to use Van der Beek.
I see good things. I see good qualities in him.
Ole can't use Van der Beek.
Van der Beek needs to play in a good system, a good structured system. That's how he was playing at Ajax. There's no system at Man United. He just literally just thrown in until to just hope for the best. Like nobody passes to him. Like there's no one running off him. There's no intricate passing. It's like he's just on there, just like freestyling. He needs to go into a structured system to be able to perform.
So what do you have to say about that, Takes? Because he's saying that Jerome and I'm saying that Ole doesn't know how to use him, and Jerome is saying that it's the way what's name is used to a system. What do you have to say? Because you feel like he's just not good enough. Can you agree or you still disagree that no, he's just not good enough?
If we're playing this, okay, so it goes back to the board and Ole. Why did we sign him then? If we're gonna use this particular system, why did we sign him?
Because we did not get Sancho. They wanted the fans to be happy. We wasn't gonna get Sancho, and need to tell themselves that they did business during this transfer window. That's what got that player, and I don't even think it's only the player. Probably someone from the bud. Because how you signing someone like Van der Beek? He's a midfield maestro, and you can use him. Like,
is anybody hearing what I'm saying right now?
It's kind of a bit, but I can get it.
Because I'm bare trying to hear. Sorry, I know you look very serious, like you said something very good, but nobody heard you, bro.
Basically what you're saying is,
hear me now.
Jerome's about to sum you up right there. What is you about to say, Jerome?
I was just basically what you're saying.
Jerome, go on, Jerome, listen.
Yeah, now basically what I believe you was getting at is that basically we didn't get our top targets, and Van der Beek was offered to us by Ajax, and I think the board just said, "Yeah, just take him," because if we didn't get him,
Grealish.
And if we didn't get him, it'll be like, who did we get? So it's just to sort of appease the fans, really. Just like with the Cavani deal, that was a last-minute deal with Cavani. Just like that, our board are just not serious at all when it comes to transfers.
fully agree, guys. Of
Bro.
course, the guys are saying that Van der Beek. Of course, we got one guy saying that Van der Beek is not good enough, which
Yeah.
could be true. He could be true. We don't know what we see in training. You know, of course, another Amok saying that Van der Beek Oli doesn't know how to use him, and of course, you got Jerome saying that Van der Beek. You know, it's the system thing. You know, Oli doesn't know how to pull him in the right system, which I can agree with all of you guys. You know, I don't know what Bob's saying. Bob's probably saying, yeah, he is good enough.
I'm saying he's good enough, but Ollie's system doesn't fit him. And Ollie doesn't even know his system, man. It's just the players that he's got, they're all quick. Ollie don't know his system.
Thank you, Bob.
True
Thank you,
saying,
Bob,
doesn't
man.
know his system. But it's
How
not.
can you know your own system? How can you know your own tactics?
But guys, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to play devil advocate a little bit there. What if he does have a system and the players themselves? No, and the players themselves are just not good enough to act on that system. What if we're seeing it, but the players can't perform it?
Yes, that's what I believe. This is his system, but he hasn't got the players to do it. He hasn't got the play. Like with this system, we need one destroyer and one ball playing midfielder in the number 8 and number 6. Then Bruno on top of them as the number 10, the 2 inside forwards and the striker. That's how I feel like he wants to play, but he ain't got the players to do it. In my humble opinion, that's what it is, bro.
But
I just think that Ollie needs to be able to adapt. If he's only got one way of playing, if he's only got one way of playing and the players can't adapt to it, then surely he needs to come up with another system that the players can work with. You can't just be a one-dimensional manager at a top one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, is he here on work experience or something? Like, we need to have a manager that's got different styles and different systems, because when you're playing different oppositions, they're going to come up with different tactics in it. So you need to be able to adapt. You can't just have one way of playing.
Yeah, true.
You're right, still.
But I think Van den Beek is that ball playing
midfielder.
But he's just not giving him the chance to play. He's that ball.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to see him there, you know, actually.
I think Van der Beek, he just needs a run of games.
Yeah, that's it.
Like Leicester manager won friendly attacking football.
I didn't hear you.
We were better play than Leicester. Leicester won the Premier League with attacking football.
Oh yeah.
We are much more better than Leicester, but we come with no trophy with counter-attacking football. So which tells you it's the manager, not the system. The manager don't know how to use the system or to use his players. Because we said it's true, but Leicester won the Premier League with counter-attacking football. And less quality players. Less quality players than what we've at this present moment.
Fair enough.
That's true.
I hear that. We hear that, guys. And of course, guys, it's been a very good show, interesting as well. We've enjoyed this. You know, it was nice towards the end of that little debate there with the Ole Gunnar Solskjær system and everything with the Van der Beek. But we have come to an end. And we'd like to thank you for watching, of course, guys. And of course, guys, as always, remember to subscribe and, you know, of course, like, of course, share, of course. And we're going to move straight to the guys so they can give out their socials, plug them in, let them know where you can find them. I'm going to start off with you, Takes. Where can the people find you?
Yeah, Instagram, Long Live Takes. It's on the screen. Hit me up.
And of course, Bobs, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, bobsgram_biabele. You can see it there on the screen as well.
And Amok, what about you? Where can the people find you?
Instagram, _16.
And Jerome, where can the people find you?
Yep, on Instagram as well. Username is jwilliams_1, as you can see on the screen.
And of course, guys, you know where you can find me. You'll find me right here on Red United TV, in your face, live and direct, once a week. And of course, with the match reactions, of course, guys, remember to follow the socials of the Red United official Instagram account, which is Red United TV 1, baby. And of course, the TikTok account, which is Red United TV. And follow my own personal Instagram account, which is Ivorian_sports. Spice across Twitter line and of course Snapchat. And of course, remember to subscribe, smash that like button. Remember to share, because sharing Ivorian Spice is caring. And ladies, remember, as always, if a man's trying to move to you, send them a link and tell them that you found someone that does it way better than you when they ask you, who's this? You get me? And of course, guys, remember to keep it united. And remember to keep it red united, because we out. Peace.